we are going to continue our adventure. So Sherlock just dressed up as a sailor, so he can talk to this other sailor who was in the ship with the deceased. With Peter Crawley, right? And we're going to go find him, and with luck, we'll find out something. So, with no more delay, we're getting to it. So this is a lovely new day in Baker Street. Let's go there. See which pub. Okay. He did superb. Superb in his... By the way, if you're hearing some background noise, something somewhere near where I live, and they're being noisy, can I say? Okay, what do I have to do? What I'm looking for exactly? Oh, I cannot talk to this guy. What about this? No. Oh, here he is. I thought I had to do some investigating until I got to him. So we are going to talk to Patrick Cairns. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. It's horrible. And hopefully I'll get some good information. Maybe discover if he's the killer. He has everything to be, because in the test with the harpoon and the pig, Sherlock figured out that you needed to be skilled to harpoon a guy against the wall like that. The problem with the first suspect, Nelligan, is that he has a weak constitution, like he's thin, and I don't know if he could harpoon a guy like that. But anyway, maybe I'll have to... I don't know, let's see. A proper pirate.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
Okay. Looks like he's pooping. I can't do it. I can't. I'm horrible at this. Horrible.
That's the arm that killed 100 whales. Care to lose another 10 shillings?
Let's study him. That we are good. Cheap clothes, strong hands, yellow nails, tobacco. Oh, and of course the tattoo. Couldn't be a sailor without an anchor tattoo. See? Sailor's tattoo. I'll try once more.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Oh, just says I have to press, but I have to click.
That's the arm that killed 100 whales. Care to lose another 10 shillings?
I quit.
I've had enough. You're too strong.
Come back later, when you can use your arms again.
Okay, I think I have to beat him. Patrick Cairns is an experienced harpooner, currently facing unemployment and poverty. He can be found most often in the Sea Witch, a public house deemed popular by the sailors whom he arm wrestles for money. Like many of his kind, he is a heavy smoker, indicated by his yellowed fingernails. Oh, Liam Hudley. Hudley is a stranger who was arrested by the police as a suspicious individual, then prowling around at night near Woodman's Lee. He is a former soldier who left the military with an honorable discharge after having been wounded in the neck by shrapnel, whatever that is. Now he lives a quiet life, working as a gardener. What do I have here? Patrick Cairns is a professional harpooner. Like many sailors, he is a heavy smoker, as his yellow fingers indicate. I think I have to bid him if I want him to answer some questions. Damn it.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Damn it! I need more stamina. I need more stamina. You know what? Just can't do it. Sorry.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
Oh my gosh. Have to do it more than once?
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that. Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
I see he's got his priorities right. Because he's unemployed and his concern is to have money to drink. Then, he's a drunk. What else would he need?
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger. We sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too. Swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
That would be the guy on the yacht, Nelligan's father. I forgot his name, but it's Nelligan's father. Plot thickens.
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
Black Peter killed.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course. Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Okay, what am I supposed to do now? Oh my gosh.
Here it is. Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
Okay. Patrick can spout. Okay. Pouch proves guilt. Well, at this point, I would say it proves visit. At this point. It might change. I think I need more information to say more. I think he's a good candidate to be the killer. Oh, there's more? And that Liam Hudley was flirting with Peter Carey's wife and even fell in love. Didn't go beyond the affectionate but harmless letters and words. Liam Hudley loved Judith Carey so that could provoke him into committing murder. Explain the presence. Liam Hudley's relationship with Judith Carey gives him a motive for killing Peter Carey. Hudley's presence at Woodman's Lee on the night of the murder is explained by his affection towards Judith Carey and the last. And the fact that he worked there as a gardener. What is it? It gives him motive, but no, something is wrong here. So it's not Hudley. Okay. Something is not right. Any more clues? No. Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Cairns. Cairns is a professional harpooner. His tobacco pouch was found inside. I think that's such a weak evidence of murder. I'm going to absolve him. Or I can continue investigation. Let me see if I can talk to this Halligan guy again. I just want to make sure. It's a difficult decision. Oh! Not dressed as a... Okay. As a sailor anymore. Let's go.
I'm not saying another word.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Okay. Ooh.
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is yet?
Yeah, I have to make the decision. I don't think it's this strong evidence. I might be wrong.
Good afternoon. I must be at the wrong address. I'd like to speak with a ship's captain, a Captain Ahab. Is that you?
No, my name is Sherlock Holmes.
That detective fella? So, you wanted to see me?
That is correct. We need to talk.
About what?
About Black Peter, who was killed in his own hut with a harpoon.
You know, don't you?
Yes,
How?
the tobacco pouch. You recognized it.
Oh, the sailor. It was you. Unbelievable. Well, fine. I confess. But if you really do know everything, you should also know that I didn't want to kill him. He made me do it.
I know. Did you know about this story with the bond certificates? Did you need money?
Yeah. I just wanted him to cough up a little silver. I'm out of work, and I thought maybe he could help me. Well, he refused outright, and he insulted me. I reminded him I knew all about that murder he committed at sea in 1883. Then he got mad when I spoke about his treasure. I barely just had time to throw the harpoon at him before he could jump at me with his knife. You know the truth. What will you do now?
I ask that you return the bond certificates. Keep some of them. You will need them in your exile. It is better that you leave the country for a few years.
And you won't say anything to the police?
I will not say anything as long as you return the money.
Well, I'll do as you ask. But what about Inspector Lestrade?
I will deal with him. Goodbye.
It's good that you asked me to come, Mr. Holmes.
About what?
What do you mean? Our case, Mr. Holmes. You sent me a message via your little thug,
His name is Wiggins, Inspector.
telling me that the case is solved. Well, Mr. Holmes, tell me, who is our murderer and where is he?
The morgue.
Eh?
His name is, or rather was, Pablo Coventrao. He was also on the ship with Peter Carey, and he was a harpooner. I'll tell you everything, Inspector, but do calm down. Mrs. Hudson will bring us tea and orange cake.
Orange cake? You're spoiling me, Mr. Holmes. That's my favourite.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Inspector Lestrade told me that I should thank you for clearing my name. He also said that you were waiting for me here. I came as fast as I could. I cannot thank you enough. It is all because of you that this nightmare is finally over.
I believe that this belongs to you.
My father's securities. Incredible! But how did you get them?
It would take far too long to explain.
Tell me. This is extraordinary. You are a genius.
Then that may serve as an explanation. Goodbye, Mr. Nelligan, and good luck.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes. And thank you. 1,000 times thank you.
So Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Cairns, a professional harpooner, the only one capable of executing such an accurate throw. His tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin. But the murder was in self-defense against an armed and furious drunken sailor. You have decided to absolve Patrick Cairns. 16 clues. Cairns guilty. Absolve. Press to check. Your conclusion may spoil game experience. Choose another ending. Or just accept decision. I'm not going to. Warning, you're about to finish the case. The save files for this case will be removed. Press no if you would like to select another moral choice. Press yes if you agree with the choice you have made and you're ready to start a new chapter. Yes. Personality, ranking, sympathizing. I don't sympathize with murder, okay? I just want to make sure you know this is a game. It's a moral choice for the game. Continue. Ooh, riddle on the rails. Some evidence requires additional investigation. Oh, I thought it was about the case. So, I think now I have more of a feeling of the game, of how it's quite different from the previous ones. The way of playing it. There were no moral choices in the other ones, as far as I remember. They changed it. They're quite good games. The graphics here aren't perfect, but it's a lot better than the previous ones. I played three previous ones. Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper, which I already mentioned in the previous gameplays. Sherlock Holmes and the Awakened, which is really dark one and involves voodoo and killings and strange religions. And quite fun one, which is Sherlock Holmes versus Arsène Lupin. And I found out there's a book with that title. So it's this great art thief who challenges Holmes' wits saying he can beat him anytime. And it's quite a fun game too. But with no more delays, let's get started.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is. The one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Lovely brotherly affection moment. They don't get along, and Sherlock is in his classic hat. He looks dashing. Okay.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train.
Okay. Oops.
A map of London and the surrounding...
Okay.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
1 week later? Wow. Okay, continue.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
Solved mystery of the vanished train, late night railway station, an incoming train, an impossible riddle. Holmes and Watson's return from holiday evolves into a tale of intrigue. Oh, there's something here. Chronicle. Okay. Oh, he kept the harpoon? Oh, goodness. Okay, let's continue. And the
Well,
sound
here we
of
are
the...
again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
The sound of the... whatever they are working at is annoying, so... I already apologize. Okay. Let's investigate. What's this? Oh. No.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Okay, let's go back to the station. I think we investigated everything here. Yeah, let's go. Oh, in the first gameplay of this game, I lost something that I was going to say because of a message, and now I remember what was it. That I hoped they had improved the system, because when I played Sherlock Holmes The Awakened and I was investigating the docks at night, and it was very eerie, very creepy, and Watson scared me over and over again because he would follow in a way that he would just like, they're stopped here. When I moved, he would take a while to start moving, so when I turned around to go somewhere else, his face took the entire screen. And I wasn't the only one that got how I'm going to say it, not scared but startled by it. Okay. Message all station. Mr. Robinson's located.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Message to all stations. Mr. Robinson is located at Bridlington Station. Okay, solve the mystery, the vanished train. Find more information about the vanished train. Locate a map of the surrounding area. It would be useful for the investigation. A late-night railway station, an incoming train, an impossible riddle. Holmes and Watson's return from holiday evolves into a tale of intrigue. I have read that already. Line Nottingham, London. Type train liner number 324. Composition locomotive. Coal car, first class car, postal wagon, special wagon ordered by Mr. Robinson, second class car.
Here is the train set.
Very good.
A telegraph.
No map here? Oh, really? Okay.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Okay, let's see. Let's see your character, my friend. If you have any characteristics, I'm going to find out. Fully gray hair, okay. He's an older guy. It's not really surprising. Honorary badge. I hate that word. Sorry, English speakers. So far, so good. Okay. Spots of Earth. What have you been doing, my friend? Wedding ring.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
So I ended up going there first, so I already had the papers. Anyway, papers about the train.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
See you later, my good man.
Okay. I have a feeling...
Railway post bags.
I have a feeling this is not the waiting hall. Is it called? It must be around. Waiting hall. I don't think... Oh.
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to disappear?
Get off. I think the waiting hall is around here. Really? No, that's the waiting hall.
This part is probably from a locomotive. This part is probably from a locomotive.
Oh, really, Sherlock?
An old locomotive bell. This place serves as a storage area for the station.
Okay, I think the waiting hall is where I just left. Just have to figure out... It says... Oh, here.
This map will be useful.
Okay. I found the map. Okay. find out what the special wagon was carrying.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. But now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
Okay. I guess we can...
This suitcase contains my archives. We can consult with it if needed. It is fortunate that we...
Okay, let's go. I don't think I have any deductions yet. Special wagon train vanish with people. Yeah, I cannot make connections yet. Okay.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Oh, he's angry. Oh, aren't you angry? Okay. Workloads. He's upset. Cheap ticket. Cheap ticket. My gosh. Married. Rough skin. A worker?
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
So, here's the passenger. The message the old guy talked about having delays because of a problem with the passengers. That's very interesting.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
Snake eyes. Oh my goodness. Oh, Mr. Robinson.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Rude, aren't you? Australian hats. Expensive clothes. Heavy gold ring. Okay, he's rich. Fancy shoes, crocodile skin.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention. But I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazes Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damned train.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
Okay. We have our first deduction for this case. Chilean stayed on the train. Train vanished with people. Special wagon. Train vanished with people. Yeah. Okay. The Chilean stay on the train was just a coincidence. The train conductor overlooked them. Breakfast at the Chilean because company were intentionally left on the train. Control removed the passenger from the train except for the Chileans. I think. yeah. I think that's it for now. Okay, I need to talk to the boy. Is he here? Yes.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
My gosh, he's a stickler for the rules. Okay. Young age. That's an ugly mouth. My goodness. Poor boy. Clean clothes. Instructions. My gosh. Ink smudges.
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Sherlock is not taking his attitude. Sherlock is not really a stickler to rules like this. He's a guy who shoot vases blindfolded, for God's sake.
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
Okay.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Chesterfield lay... Station... Trendliner... the water... Yeah, it makes no sense. The Chesterfield station master's report about the vanished train was full of errors and barely readable. It is hard to understand if he confirmed that the train passed through his station or not. The directors of the Barcazes company remained on the train after Bridlington station while all the other passengers were removed. Mr. Robinson stepped off the train as he had received a telegram stating that an important person, Mr. Bromsey, would join him in the waiting hall at Bridlington station. The Evesham station master received a message informing of the train's delay due to some issues with passengers at Bridlington station. The vanished train was the following composition: locomotive, coal car, first class car, postal wagon, special wagon ordered by Mr. Robinson's second class car. Common map of this railway district was found at Evesham station.
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Insurance organized by Thomas L. Robinson for this prototype called the Autonomous Electricity Generator. This policy partially covers the loss of prototype up to 50% of its value. Maximum cover amount £15,000. Insurance duration 1 year, renewable. Okay. Oh.
A telegraph.
Telegraph. Okay. Let's talk about him.
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
I see that you kept your grip sack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him.
It's a scandal. An absolute outrage.
Let's
Railway post bags.
Oh, Sherlock.
This grip sack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Of course. Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully.
This is an exclusive sales contract.
An exclusive sales contract.
Regarding the prototype invention declared to appliance supplying electricity in an autonomous way. Emerson Electric Company, the buyer, understands that they are purchasing this device as is and are in agreement. Mr. Summers.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
The seller is not responsible for any problems that may arise. Sorry, it's small. With the prototype after the purchase, whether or not those issues were known by either party or the time of purchase. The buyer is obligated to make prepayment in amount of 10% of the prototype price in advance upon signing of the contract. The remainder should be transferred within a 1-month term. Contract. This is an exclusive sales
Yet another
contract.
exclusive sales contract.
Regarding the prototype invention dedicated to appliance supplying electricity in autonomous by General Electric Company, the buyer. Hong Kong General Electric Company. Ooh, he's selling exclusives to a lot of people. Understand that they are purchasing this device as is an agreement.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
The seller where I purchased would not those issues were known. Here is the same as the other.
Yet another exclusive sales contract.
To the Bagazes.
Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sales contract.
Now to the Madison General Electric Company.
Mr. Robinson is the seller. Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
Oh, luggage. Let me check if there is anything else. This guy is doing nothing. Okay, let's go to the new place. Let's go. Crime and Punishment, Dostoevsky. I love this. The name of the game, Crime and Punishment. The things I find funny. Okay.
This bin is full of empty bottles.
Okay. Starting to make sense.
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please, sir.
Huh? What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
Red nose. Someone is drinking on the job. Clean clothes. Married. Shame on you. Alcohol flask. Fishing line.
Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
The loss of the prototype will bring a lot of easy money to Mr. Robinson thanks to the insurance and multiple fraudulent exclusive contracts. Let me see if there's more special one. Train passed through Chatfield Station despite being sure the station was set. Okay. Let's look around.
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
Oops.
telegraph? A fishing advertisement. Locked. There is no sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock. Railway post bags. These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them. Bags were recently dragged here. French wine, a remarkable vintage. These bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
Shameful.
I don't think we can trust this guy's answers, but... well...
You have quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although, it might be easier to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
Who were these workers?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink, and whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
They got him drunk. Maybe he didn't do the digging himself. But let's look for... oh, the other side, the other side. Oh, Watson! My gosh.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Oh.
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere. Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
Okay. Fake train experiment. Let's do.
I should use the appropriate object here.
Okay.
I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the I should use the appropriate I should use
Okay, it's not.
I should use the I should use I should use I should use the appropriate I should use So, now here we have the fake train that we saw approaching Evesham Station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Be patient, Watson, I haven't finished yet. Try using your imagination. Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle.
Okay. Okay, the whistle.
The steam whistle is now connected.
Holmes, what can we do to make the steam whistle work?
It is elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher. I need some...
Okay. Wow. We found everything.
The long pole is now attached. It will allow us to connect the headlight. The headlight is attached. The fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here. The steam whistle is ready to be used. Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although you half suspected it.
At any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
Oh my gosh. Sherlock Holmes cannot take holidays. He has to take work with him. She knows he was right. Anyway, this is good a part as any to pause. I'm getting back with you as soon as possible to continue this adventure and find out what happened to the train. How he vanished we already figured out. Now we need to find out what happened. So I see you next time. Peace out.